And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with another video. So, limited week 2 is here. We got some new parameters. Use 1 Galaxy Opal or lower, 1 Pink Diamond or lower, and 3 Diamond players or lower. So, if you don't have any Opals, then fear not. You can use 2 Pink Diamonds. That is something I figured out. But this isn't an example of the squad that I'm using right now. This isn't my squad that I've been using all night, but this is a very low-cost squad that a lot of people would have. Couple free guys, couple extremely cheap guys, and a very, very budget bench. So I'm using Moses Malone as my center. That's just because he's a free token reward. But any Opal that you have will work. Because, I mean, you can realistically fill in the rest of the slots regardless where you put your Opal. Yee's only about 9k, so I'm using him. Fournier and Buddy Hield are free. Bob Sir is about 10k as well. Kevin Porter and Ronald Murray are going to anchor my bench offensively at the guard spots. You can get the 2 of those guys for about 2,500 total. Brian Russell is about 1,500. Crozier is about 1,500 as well. Dino is going to be obviously expensive, but when I have a chance to use Dino, I'm going to use him. But yeah, wherever you have your Opal, at least in the starting lineup, I recommend just using the guys that you're best with. If your best player is Antoine Jameson and your money with his jump shot and stuff like that, then I recommend running him. If one of your best players is Jared Sullinger, then by all means use him. If you're looking for a nice budget big man, like Bargnani or Yee are really, really good options. Neither of them are going to play great defense, but they both shoot pretty well. Bargnani actually shoots incredibly well. Like I said, Jameson, if he's your best player or your only Opal, use him and fill the rest of the lineup up. It's not really, that imperative. Like I said, I'm going to show you in the gameplay, my bench unit is what anchors my team. My starting unit's out there just to play. I don't miss with Buddy Hield, so I like him a lot. Fournier is really good, and they're free. Moses Malone's free as well. Bob Sura is basically Rex Chapman, and Yee's just 7 feet tall and moves really well. It's the only reason I use him, but Buddy Hield and Fournier are a lethal duo as well. But if you want to use a couple different free guys, like if you have Kiki Vanderwee, he works well. If you have Russ is a god, especially on this difficulty that they run limited on. He's almost unstoppable at attacking the rim. But I mean, realistically, I like Bob Sura. A lot of people I know don't. Buddy Hield, a lot of people should have at this point, so he's a pretty good card to use, especially at the diamond tier. It's hard to give you an exact use this team. Just because there's so many different combinations and so many different options as far as what you could be using to fit your playstyle. So I recommend just picking your couple favorite cards and building around them with guys that'll fit next to them. And just going from there. Even when it comes to the Opal, if your best card for you is a diamond, even build your Opal and Pink Diamond around that. So we're playing against Spoken Word 239, sick name. Little slam poetry action. Snap, 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 snap. Interesting squad. I personally wouldn't use Bargnani at power forward. He's just a little bit too slow. He's using Malik Sealy too. This is actually a pretty good squad for us to go against because it's a pretty accurate squad about accurate in the way of what you're going to run into pretty often on Limited this weekend. All right, so we got Yee bringing the ball up. This is why I use Yee. He's 10k, and he can ball handle. There we go, Fournier, wet. Which is key. Him being that cheap and being able to handle the ball at the power forward, granted he's not great defensively, is a reason I use this card in the first place. It just gives me an extra ball handler, an extra shooter, etc. And he'll be able to cruise right past Bargnani. If I wanted to sit here and abuse Bargnani the entire game with Yee because he does have quick first step, and a much longer wingspan, I could. Same with... Oh, okay. Not that time, but in theory, Ronald Murray is going to have problems stopping Bob Sura. Ronald Murray's pretty good defensively, though, so he's not a bad card to use at all. Like I said, him and Kevin Porter anchor my bench unit, but I'm only using them because they're cheap options. All right, Bob Sura has missed 2 straight three-pointers. That's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Malik Sealy, foul him. Sealy's a really good card, I will say that, but the hype on him from a lot of the other content creators is ridiculous. He's a very good card. If you need a 3-and-D lockdown wing or 2 guard, yeah, he's really, really good, but is he just as good as Galaxy Opal Kawhi? No. Hit that Buddy Hield. Let's go, splash. That's why I use Buddy Hield. There's so many better diamond wings and shooting guards. But I use Buddy Hield because I don't know, man. I just like him. I don't know what it is. Like, I like his jump shot. He makes a lot of whites. He greens a lot of shots. He just provides me a lot more than using someone like Rudy Fernandez, for instance, who I love as a card, and in all terms is a better card. But I don't know what it is. Just the way I use my man Buddy Hield, just it works better. Moses Malone is going to anchor my defense because I'll be honest, I do not have a lot of defense on this team. Like, Fournier plays pretty good D. Like, Sura is passable. Hield is passable. He's not good defensively, like, at all. He can rebound a little bit, but that's about it. So Moses Malone is here specifically to anchor the defense. And he's got to put up with Anthony Davis, who, like, once again, a lot of content creators getting a little recency bias out here. Like, I have Dirk. I love Dirk. But I will say I'm not as successful with Dirk as I was when I had Anthony Davis. And I still think Anthony Davis is a top 3 center in this game. Like, depending on your play style, he's probably still better than Moses and Jokic. I think overall he's probably better than both those guys still. There we go. Bob Sura. Big dunks. That's why I use him. Plus, he's got that Rex Chapman jump shot, which right now I'm not hitting, but at some point it'll come back to me and it'll be wet. But that's part of the reason I use Bob Sura. A, he's cheap. So if you wanted to follow in my footsteps and run Bob Sura, you could at a very reasonable price. He's going for like 10, 15K. But B, to show you, like, more important than using like a meta card is a jump shot that you can green with consistently. And granted, I'm bricking a lot with Bob Sura. That's not going to be the case the entire game because I've been using Ruby Rex Chapman this entire year. And eventually, I will get the jump shot timing back. Like, it's like riding a bicycle. It'll come back to me eventually. Like, it's just going to take some time. And Malik Sealy, he is not as good as Opal Kawhi. I get it. Recency bias. Everyone gets hyped. But, man, this card is just not as good. Bob Sura. Oh. Moses Malone, you going to hit those? Nope. I do have my Moses Malone badged up, so I'm going to try not to shoot as many threes with him, just in case you do plan on running Moses yourself and he's not badged up, just to show you how he could be used, because I do have mine, like, badged up for shooting. Hit that Yee. Yee's good off the rip for shooting, though, so it's fine. Like, he's fine. I don't think he has range extender off the rip, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he does not. But if you play him at power forward and run Hawks freelance, majority of the time he's going to end up in the corners anywhere, where he does have Hall of Fame catch and shoot and corner specialist. I think. I don't know. I forget about Yee. It's been a while. I review a lot of cards. All right, give me a break. Moses Malone's holding it down. Like I said, even without the ability to shoot threes from Moses, most people are just going to see him and assume he can shoot threes. And if he's wide open, he can crack threes from the corner and up top too. Like, it doesn't matter. So people are going to be fearful just because everyone who has Moses hasn't badged up with shooting badges. So they're just going to assume 90% of the time that you do, even if you don't. You can use that to your advantage, for sure. Especially against someone like Bargiani who doesn't have clamps. He's going to kill him every time because Moses Malone is still one of the faster centers in the game. We got a 1-point lead. It's not good looking out here, but we got the bench unit in. I want to show you the bench unit because this is where I start to pull ahead. Because I don't know what it is, but I play better with rubies and amethysts than I do with pink diamonds and opals, like 90% of the time. I'm guessing it's because I use those kind of cards a lot more often when I'm grinding outside of videos than I do opals and pink diamonds and stuff like that. Like, if you catch me outside of a video in like TTO, chances are I'll be running like an all amethyst ruby lineup 90% of the time. I don't know why. It just seems to work out better. Like, I win significant, even against all opal squads. I tend to win games more using like a weird squad like Smush Parker, Dino, and like Brian Russell, even against like the best opals in the game, than I would if I was using like Dirk, T-Mac, and Jeremy Lin. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but that's just how it is. I like Ronald Murray though. Murray is really, really, really nice. And you can get him for like 1,500 MT. Kevin Porter Jr. you can pick up for legitimately 1,000 MT at the absolute maximum. And he's really good. He's got a weird jump shot. But he holds it down, man. Also, he threw a bowl of soup at a Cavaliers coach, which is so sick. Hit that, Dino. I love Dino Raja. Dino Raja is still my favorite card in this game, and I cannot wait until he gets a new card. And if they don't make him shoot threes, I will be so upset. then he would kind of be broken though. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel it. I just like his jump shot a lot too. But I got Crozier in here as well. Kevin Porter Jr. is not an integral part of my team. Like, I don't abuse him, and I've seen people do it. I'll hit that Dino splash. Like, he's a very abusable card. Like, you could run into somebody who's just a god with Kevin Porter Jr. I feel like I said Otto Porter Jr. a couple times. I just don't remember. Kind of blacked out on my Porter Jr.'s here. But, I mean, we got a 2-point lead. I'm not worried about it. Like, my team's holding it down. That was a terrible shot. Why'd I do that? That's fine. Dino got the board. Over to Brian Russell. I forgot he's out here. Let's go. Malik Sealy, who are you? Oh, really good defender is who he is. Shout out to you. 2 bald men just fighting it out down in the paint. There you go. Get out of Dino's house. Dino is an unstoppable machine. Austin Crozier. You could also use Scalabrini if you don't like Crozier. Oh, that's too deep for Kevin Porter. I don't know. He's got gold range, but that's a little too much. You could use Scal instead of Crozier, too. You can use Michael Porter Jr. Like, Michael Porter Jr. is just fine. You're running into him pretty often as well. I just prefer Crozier because I green more shots with him. But objectively, Michael Porter is significantly better. He doesn't have clamps, though. But if you put clamps on him, he's definitely better on current gen. Are you going to run that? Nope. Anthony Davis. Meet Dino Raja. I promise, I don't know what it is, but Dino Raja is Anthony Davis's kryptonite. I think it's got to be the arms, considering Dino's arms go down to his ankles. Speaking of which, I think I talked about it on stream or maybe in another video, but I found Dino's old Twitter, and his old tweets are wild from 2017, 2018 area. My man's just out here in Croatia, just at the beach, eating mushrooms and like doing all types of crazy stuff. Imagine this man, this hulking man with like Slender Man arms down to his ankles is just running around tripping on psychedelics, just touching stuff and giggling. That's horrifying. Not gonna lie, I would chill with him. Oh, you got Kevin Porter Jr. too? You want some of this? I forgot you had him, honestly. Buddy Hield, over to Fournier, good layup. I like Fournier. I will say that. I still think Fournier is better than Malik Sealy, personally. So, and cheaper, even though initially he wasn't. Yee, come on, man. All right. I mean, we got a 5-point lead. Got the ball back. Starters are back in. I mean, we're good, right? Oh, there you go, Bob Sura, just raising up hard. Look, I know a little bit about Bob Sura's career, and I know he was known as a pretty solid dunker, but I don't think he's taking off rip like that. I don't know. Good foul on Yee. Well, no, it's Bargnani. He's going to cash both of these. Bargnani's really good, by the way. I was going to do a gameplay video for Bargnani, but if you played with Bargnani once, you've played with him 1,000 times. He's always the same. He's a three-point hunter's dream as far as center. He plays no defense and can shoot from half court. Oh, let's go pull up. Oh, over to Moses. Anthony Davis can't hold Moses Malone. I don't understand what that's all about right now. In theory, he should. Moses is he's thick, dude. He's thick and fast. Kind of like Jokic. Jokic is also thick and fast. They made his player build kind of skinny this year, though. Like last year, if you guys remember that point guard Jokic, he was fat as shit. And that was super tight. Oh, Bob Sura, drill that. Let's go. Oh, he actually made it. All right, I got sharp takeover with Bob Sura. That's what we like to see right there. Which means I'm definitely going 0 for 9 with my next shot. Like, 9 shots with him. All right, Moses, don't even... He wanted no part of that. He said, no, Ronald Murray's about to take flight. I'm not jumping up and blowing my ACL out to try to contest that. I feel that. Oh, here we go, Moses. Crack that. Let's go. If you guys haven't figured it out, I still have to get the double-double with a player in limited, so I'm trying to get some Bob Sura assists right now while the people, while the guy I'm playing thinks I'm about to shoot a bunch of threes with him. This is my best opportunity. Yee hasn't done much. Yee's whole job is to not do very much, though. Like, my team is built with a very specific purpose. Like, Yee and Buddy Hield rarely touch the ball. If they are touching the ball, they're shooting a 3. Like this. Splash. Like, Yee is either shooting a 3 or he grabbed a rebound and is bringing the ball up temporarily. Like, it depends. Like, Yee does have a spot, though, because if I really wanted to cheese this game out, like, I could just attack Bargnani with Yi, and he could not stop me because Bargani's A, slow and has no clamps. Moses, yeah. Let's go. 19 points for Moses Malone. Even though I have Dirk, I still prefer Moses Malone. I don't know what it is, but Dirk's really, really good, though. I'm probably not going to sell him just because it's Dirk Nowitzki, man. I grew up watching this dude. I might as well keep him. It's probably how young kids feel about Luka Doncic, realistically. Just another Euro white guy. Bad shot. Why'd you take that? We got a 13-point lead. I mean, we're holding it down. As you can see, the team is well-oiled. And here's when Yi shines. Why did I do that? What was I doing? Why didn't I just... All right. I was trying to do some, like, stuff. I don't really know. Yi 3 balls. Let's go. Oh. You missed that because you're mad I didn't give you the open dunk. I feel that, dude. That's fine. I understand. So, check it out. Like, I was thinking about this. Do you think 2K could ever get away with doing a what-if pack? Because I saw something on FIFA about a what-if pack, right? Which ended up just being, like, a bunch of, like, guys who were supposed to be good that weren't. Which is something 2K definitely could do with, like, some Adam Morrison action, some Jimmer or whatever. But, like, I'm trying to see him throw, like, Len Bias into the game. Or something like that. Like, that would be sweet. I just don't know how you would get the accurate. You know what? Stats are never accurate in 2K anyway. Look at Bob Sura just cutting it up right now. 23 points for Moses. Most of my scoring output is going to come from Bob Sura and Moses. That's just how it is. Evan Fournier, Buddy Hield, and Yi are there specifically for catch and shoot threes. Yi's also there to be 7 feet tall too. Like, let's be real. Bob Sura, let's go. Splash. But my bench unit is a little more spread out. Like, all of them kind of touch the rock. All of them score. All of them do stuff. Just kind of depends. Especially when Michael Porter Jr. is out there. When he's out there, it's definitely... I like Austin Crocier a little bit more because I green a lot more shots with him. But Michael Porter Jr. makes my bench unit run a little bit more well-oiled, let's say. But I got the bench unit back out right now. He's not taking his starters out, so this is a good time to show what the bench unit can do. Granted, 2 of my guys are on the starting lineup. Dino, I swear, is just unstoppable when it comes to Anthony Davis. I don't understand what it is. Maybe it's just this limited game, but I got a 16-point lead. we're doing just fine. I don't really... Then again, I say this, but like in my free gameplay video, if you haven't watched that, go check that out. I literally had like a 16-point lead going into the 4th and somehow managed to collapse and only win by 1. So I shouldn't really be too stoked about what's happening here, but it is what it is. Oh, look at that. Murray v. Murray. Let's go. Come here. Brian Russell. Sealy, you don't want Brian Russell. Good defense, Dino. Over to Brian Russell. Big booms. Let's get it. Still trying to get that revenge over that Jordan push-off. He's still mad about it. It's been, what, damn near 20 years. He's still pissed. Oh, it's been more than that. It's been like 23. Man, I'm old. Anyways, get that to Dino. You know where the ball is going. KPJ should have just shot that, but he was closing in. Ooh. KPJ is a monster at attacking the rim, though. I just want to know, can someone comment down below and let me know if Kevin Porter Jr. threw the bowl of soup at JB Bickerstaff? Like, that's all I want to know. Because if he did, he's my favorite player in the NBA. Good dunks, Ronald Murray. Well, another guy I've never heard of before. Look, you guys know I hate giving 2K props in any way, shape, or form, but I'll say this year has been better than the last couple years at just providing us with cards of dudes no one's ever heard of. That are like elite. They said they threw the realism completely out the window, and I'm here for it. In some regards. Like Ronald Murray, Felipe Lopez, Austin Crocier, like these dudes, at the beginning of the year, I was going to do a what cards to expect from 2K video. This is back when I had like 49 subscribers. I think I actually did do this. I don't remember. But I was just looking up the game files and seeing what names they had in for my team. And I saw all of these guys, and I was just like, there's no way. Like, I would look them up and be like, oh, they average 6.4 points a game for their career. Yeah, they're not getting any cards in 2K. Little did I know 2K was just going to be like, yup, we're giving all these dudes cards. Like, Austin Crocier, hilarious. Felipe Lopez, awesome. He's great, too. He's like one of my favorite cards in this game. Ronald Murray, he's actually pretty solid, but yeah. Brian Russell, let's go. I love Brian Russell. And I, like, despise the 90s Jazz teams. But for whatever reason, when it comes to the 90s Jazz, Brian Russell's cool, and Greg Ostertag is the man. I really hope we get a Greg Ostertag this year. Look, if there's one goal of this channel, it's to get Jalen LeCue a new card and to get Greg Ostertag a My Team card. Alright? He was a 7-foot white guy with a buzz cut that was just so bad at basketball, but yet still started on the Utah Jazz, on championship contending teams. It's crazy. The audacity of the Jazz. The Jazz had such a funny team in the 90s, dude. It was just so weird looking. How they were able to have so much success with that team is honestly mind-boggling. Alright, there we go. Oh, good defense either way. Come on, Crochet, you gotta block that. But as you can see, my team is well constructed. The bench unit can, if it needs to, come in and compete with a starting level unit. I mean, the entire team is ice cold right now. I have a 22-point lead. Dino Raja, I was gonna say, is just overpowering Anthony Davis, but he did just get stopped right there. So maybe I jumped the gun on that one. You gonna shoot with Sealy? What are you gonna do? Oh, you watched a DBG video and you think this guy's the second coming of God. Okay, I see what's happening. He's really not that good. He's got a meta jump shot. That's it. Good move, Dino. Oh, Crochet, let's go. First off, Austin Crochet has never done that in his life. Maybe at the local YMCA at like 22, potentially. Yeah, he looks like somebody who played basketball at a Boys and Girls Club, actually, to be honest with you. I don't know. Or a country club. I'm just sitting here flaming Crochet. He was probably like super tight. There we go. See, Kevin Porter Jr. is ridiculous. He can power through those type of scenarios. At least against your average shooting guard. I mean, if you try to do that against like Anthony Davis, it's going to be rough. But if you're trying to do that against even someone like Malik Sealy, who's really good defensively, KPJ will be able to get through there. Good steal, Murray. Murray's a monster. Oh. I didn't even realize how much time was left. Either way, good W. I scored 86 points in 4-minute quarters with the squad, so that should tell you all you need to know. Against a guy who had a really similar squad, he had 7 or 8 of the same players that I did. So that should give you a pretty indication about why my squad was better. I'm not that much better than this guy at the game. It's just my squad is better constructed than his. That's it. Combo that with some solid defensive settings, smother and tight on everything. And using different freelances, I recommend going with, if you want a basic freelance, Hawks. Piston Snap is one of my favorites to use. Or even like Pelicans or Bucks. But that should lead you to victory and limited this weekend. So shout out to everyone who watches the videos. Let me know down in the comments, how you're doing in limited, what you think of the parameters. Limited's my favorite mode this year. It's the only time I have success in 5v5 in this game, I swear. So I'll be back with more videos tomorrow for sure. I got some stuff to do tonight, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to stream. But I will stream tomorrow if you guys want it. So comment down below if you guys want like a day or a nighttime stream tomorrow. I am totally free. So as always, been your boy Cheap Blues. Check the description.